Ooh, hey, what's up, what's up? Hey guys, GM, and welcome. We are live for our game spotlight kickoff together with the big time community in YGG. My name is John Sedano, and we got the whole team here. We've got Dansayo, we've got Big Daddy, Chard, and AC. How you guys doing? Kamusta? Long time,
Hey, GM.
GM guys. So yeah,
GM.
for everyone at home, you might not know that the big time community in YGG, we have been playing the game since the very early days. I myself, this was the first game that I worked on when I joined YGG. So this was my first AMA, first time hearing about it. Got to talk to Ari, got to know about the game, the team, and I was super excited. And a year later, the game released the Gold Pass, Silver Pass, and then that's when the YGG community started playing. So we actually have Dan Sayo here, who is a co-guild leader together with Nomad. So Dan, how are you doing?
Hi, John. Thanks for having me.
For
Yeah.
sure. Dan,
When did you start?
could you tell us more about how you get started with YGG and how you built the YGG Guild House together with Nomad and the big time community?
Yeah, just a brief intro. Started about a year or two ago. Uh, Basically, we started with Mirror 4, if I'm correct. Nomad, I met him playing that game. Started playing MMORPGs together. Uh, then integrating with the community there, about 200 players strong. Started Guild House, and from there, we're able to branch out into experimenting with different games, uh, which then we discussed trying out big time with the group. That was around third quarter last year. Got some teams together, started running dungeons, collecting NFTs, and from there, we're able to start up our own big time community for YGG. That's where I ran into Chard and Big Daddy, and here we are.
Awesome. And yeah, I mean, at the time, we had multiple teams, playing 24/7 during the silver and the ruby and the jade pass era. We had teams playing 24/7, grinding our hearts out trying to get those NFTs, and maybe we even bagged a couple of legendaries for the YGG community. But I mean, we might be getting ahead of ourselves, but pretty soon, space will be available, and the YGG community will be able to start playing with the space and all the other for all the other updates that will be happening in big time. So, without further ado, we actually have AC here who's going to be talking about next week's schedule of activities for big time. So on Game Spotlight, every other week we have a different game. And for this coming week, we have big time, and we're going to be playing big time the whole week together with the community. And yeah, AC, go for it.
Yeah, GM guys. So yeah, we have a jam pack schedule this coming week. So on Monday we're gonna have discover big time with the Guild House community with Dan and the guys here, Chard, Big Daddy, and Nomad. Um, and for Tuesday we're gonna have Amazing with their group LFG, who's gonna do some streaming with big time games. And on Wednesday, we're gonna have a gameplay stream with me around 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. SGT, and around 10 to 11 p.m. with Big Daddy, Dan, and Chard for a big time community stream. And for Thursday, we're gonna have same schedule with me, uh, with a gameplay stream, and then another gameplay stream 10 to 11 p.m. with Dan, and with uh, different guests, Vien, Black Days, and Sudo. We're gonna have a different topics around that day. And Friday, Game Hunters. We'll do the big time stream on that day. And then Saturday, we're already preparing for a big time community tournament for warm up. So make sure to watch out for that, guys. And for Sunday, that will be our big time back to back tournament and wrap up for that day.
Nice, nice, nice. So everyone at home, if you guys want to get started playing big time, now's a really good now's a really good time to do it because we are gonna be playing together with the YGG community the whole week. So if you guys need help with boosting your characters, if you need help just learning about more about the game, yeah. Make sure to join. We are going to be posting the schedule of events, and yeah, like we are gonna be on Discord for the whole week next week. But yeah, we have Chard, we have Big Daddy. So before we start off with with the game, maybe you could give us a quick background on how you guys got started. First with the YGG community, and second with Big Time. So yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I started the big time. I saw big time way back before Axie was booming. I saw it on Binance. There was upcoming sale.
Nice.
So tried getting one, but eventually got sold out. And I saw IGG is offering Ruby Pass by that time, after the silver and jade. So then came up with Nomad playing big time, and he gave me the Ruby Pass access, and eventually met a lot of people playing the game, and also we played a lot of tournaments together. So yeah, and right now we're trying to get back to the game together with Big Daddy.
Yep. Well, what about you, Big Daddy?
Yeah, so for me, I won a giveaway for the Jade Pass, and then after that, when I started playing, I got introduced to Nomad, since when you're playing the game, you meet a lot of people that are there. So Nomad introduced me to YGG and all the work they've done. But I already knew about YGG, but I didn't know at that time that they were also gonna create big time, YGG big time. So that's when I hopped in, and then we started playing together. And yeah, Chard Sir Dan, uh, we just keep on building the community.
Nice, nice, nice. I mean, it's one thing that's really, really cool about the big time community is that most of us came from playing MMORPGs, right? So whether that be World of Warcraft, Ragnarok Online, or whatnot. So we definitely are on, we are on the hunt for that next MMORPG in Web3. So I got to talk to one of the guys from the big time team during the Web3 Fest, and originally, Big Time was designed to be an ARPG, an action RPG, right? But slowly, I mean, if their strategy still stands, that they are slowly shifting to an MMO. And I mean, I'm just really happy about that. Like, I think that the game has the potential to be an MMO, just because of like having an open world and also having dungeons. So it works both ways. It's an ARPG and also can be an MMO at the same time. But yeah, I personally, when I started playing, I was able to get to know a lot of people from different guilds. So yeah, shout out to our friends from. I've got to know the guys from the Big Time Bulls, also from uh, these other guilds. I'll get back to the names of the guild, but there were definitely a lot of guild players who came from World of Warcraft. Like these are OG World of Warcraft players, and like just like us, like tested the waters in big time. See how the game is, how the game works, and I mean we still are in a very early phase of the game, so there are a lot of resets happening. There are a lot of patches. But yeah, definitely. I mean, that's what a game that is an alpha is, right? But yeah, I mean, we definitely see the progress, and hats off to the team over at Big Time because they are actually one of the games that are delivering on what they say they will be doing. Like a year after they announced it, they actually shipped out a game that's playable like people actually are able to collect NFTs, and now like they're building now on space and also crafting, and yeah, I mean there's a lot of exciting stuff. But we have Charted and Big Daddy here to give us more updates, and yeah, the 101 on big time. So we'll go for it, guys.
Yeah, so right now, since we're gonna get into it, we're gonna dive deeper as the week progresses. But for now, we're just gonna go with the basics. The characters uh in the game. So there are four characters in big time. So we got chronomancers, which are basically the mages of the game. So if you played World of Warcraft, you know that chronomancers are gonna be the AOE's and all that. Also, we got quantum fixers, which is basically the support or the healers in the game. And yeah, Chard.
Yeah, also we have the Time Warrior, and right now it's getting quite interesting with the Time Warrior since they did a lot of changes. Right now it's really getting into a tank nuker, and we have also the Shadow Blade, and they are also fixing the skills. And right now, it's also a strong class in the late game compared the last time that it's not being used by most of the players. Right now, seeing a lot of high level players that is running Shadow Blade. And yeah, there's also a two class upcoming, right, Big Daddy?
Yeah, two classes for the upcoming 0.26 patch, and also also gonna be introducing female characters as well. They're constantly changing the skills because some of the skills from different characters are quite overpowering in some. So that's why they keep on changing and adjusting the skills. It's still in beta, so that's why people they keep on changing it.
Nice, nice. I mean, so from the last time I played, we had pocket watches where whatever pocket watch you equip is that's what your character is. Are there any changes or any updates on the mechanics of the pocket watch very recently?
Yeah, so for the pocket watches, from back when you used to play, I think there was only one rarity that time, right? So now there are, I think, five or six rarities in the pocket watches, and it all depends. The rarity depends on also the levels and the stats. So yeah, it's we're gonna explain more on that as we progress.
Nice. I mean, I remember playing it for the first time. I was a bit confused because I was used to Ragnarok Online, where if you wanted to play a different character, you have to create a new character, and then you have to level that character up manually. Right? I mean, it's kind of the same, but now this time it's actually an item that you equip that changes your character, right? Okay, so interesting stuff. Yeah, I mean, do you guys have any more updates that you guys want to share with the community before we move forward?
Yeah, the new one is the trainers. There, right now, you can't just get those skills. You need to also find the trainers. So it's like a quest before you can get those skills. And some of the trainers are roaming around the map, so you really need
Oh,
to look for them.
nice,
Yeah.
interesting.
So also right now there's like a brief sketch of the map. So as what we've shown with our previous community streams, we showed there that there's a rough sketch of the map wherein you can locate also the trainers or where they're
Mm.
supposed to be. So they keep on roaming around, so it's kind of hard to find them as well. But yeah, about the trainers, they did that uh, thing also because it's kind of hard to for beginners to learn the game without the tutorial as well. So that's a great update that they also done.
Nice, nice. Yeah, so just dialing back a bit. So let's talk a bit about esports. Maybe Dan, you could hop on this because as a co-leader or as a co-founder of the YGG Guild House, like you had experience on how quote unquote esports or tournaments started in big time. So yeah, I mean, what's the progress on there?
Well, for now, they haven't really released any guild mechanics yet in game. So a lot of the competitive play taking place, we're creating it on our own, and we're running these based on our standard for how we can showcase skills, how we can showcase. Well, try and cut down on the luck. If you remember, a lot of those early tournaments that were NFT based, we really had to depend a lot on luck, and those didn't turn out so well sometimes because of the RNG
Yeah.
for the drops. Yeah.
Mm.
So now though they're becoming more with the balances and the fixes that they've updated. It's been easier to monitor, track, and set the rules for tournaments coming in. And for players, it's a good sign. At least we avoid the hiccups that we had early on when we were organizing. Um, Now we're looking forward to being able to showcase more of the skills, coordinate with the players, being able to run teams more efficiently, and hopefully that carries through as they progress. As mentioned before by Chard and Big Daddy, they are very hands-on with development, and what they're doing is they're listening. They've included all of the guild leaders into this group over in their
Mm.
Discord, and they're trying to get the best feedback from those, implement the ideas that the guild leaders come up with in game. So it's even if the guild system is not built into the game yet, they are already preparing for that. They are taking feedback from the players, the player leaders, in order to implement it as best they can inside the game. So, transitioning that into esports, we're hoping that it carries strong momentum for that avenue later on, and so that our building towards that area has the stability and consistency that you look for in a game that can be played competitively later on.
Nice. Yeah, I totally agree with you, Dan. I mean, we've always been overly excited about, you know, PvP and GVG, Guild versus Guild in big time, just because like we kind of already sense of how fun that's gonna be. I mean, just by the game, being PVE at the moment, you can see that the communities are like really excited. Like we're trying to come up with our own ways to come up with our like basically our own tournaments. I mean, like whatever's available, whatever's there, like it's all gonna be community driven. Like it's the community that's trying to build the competitive scene for big time, which is a really good sign. Because even if the game isn't compatible yet for PvP or GVG, like you have people interested in going out of their way hosting their own tournaments, right? So yeah, I mean, the Big Time Bulls, BTBG is one of those very active communities who were who were very hands on in the early stages or in the early in the earlier times of competitive Big Time. But yeah, I mean, we're definitely excited. Though every time we ask the big time team or devs or the people in the community about PvP, their answer would be always is that it's not a focus right now, just because like they want to have a balanced game first. Because I
I
believe
think.
that. Oh, go
Oh,
ahead, Dan.
sorry. I think one of the most important things that we need to bring up with and remind the players about is the depth of the game is super important, so that we have that element of how you don't want your game to have like an easy meta
Yeah,
for everybody to run. So one of the beauties of the game that I noticed early on, and that they're still working and preserving and trying to modify, is um, the level of customization with your character, because of the pocket watches, because
yeah,
of the skills and the way that the combo system is rolling out. It makes for a very detailed and unique way that you can break other characters in the
yeah,
future. Hopefully that's how they develop it. So it makes very entertaining PvP,
yeah.
where even if a team is composed in a certain way, there is a way around that with the way that you counter it with your skills, your character customization, and the way that you play. So we're hoping that that retains and gets developed further. So the esports scene is very lively in the way
Yeah.
that these teams are. compose themselves. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Like I mean, I keep going back to Ragnarok Online, but like definitely one of the features that the game had with the character builds is the complexity of it. Like you're gonna have different types of different characters. Like you can have, you can have a like even like a battle monk. Yeah, you could have like a tank knight. You can even
Mhm.
have an agility knight, a critical knight. Like you could mix and match it so many ways that you're not just tied to one meta, right?
Actually, it's part of their future plan. They're gonna add skill that can be equipped by cross class.
Nice,
So
interesting.
yeah,
So you
yeah,
don't mind like
it's
having
a
a mage
feedback.
carrying a sword or something, right?
Yeah,
And I
it's
think
a
that's what
feedback
makes it cool.
from a guild, from European guild, I think.
Yeah, really interesting stuff here. But yeah, I think we have a couple of videos, if I'm not mistaken, that we can show on screen for the community.
Yeah, it's gonna be Big Daddy,
All
the
right.
Daddy Shark.
Holy shit, let's go! Oh my god, bro. What?
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm gonna explain what happened there. They also added the artifact system, wherein if you have 10 fragments, so that's called artifact fragments. If you get 10, uh, you can exchange it uh, into maybe an NFT, or possibly you know pocket watch or anything. It's just random. So yeah, that's one of the things where you can earn NFTs.
Interesting, nice. I think we have more video. We have more videos, if I'm not mistaken. Go for it, though.
Yeah. Oh, let's go, baby!
It's that sound. It's that signature NFT looting sound. That gets. I mean,
Yeah.
I could just remember that feeling. It's quite intense. It's super exhilarating. Hearing the and hearing it and then figuring out like who on the team actually got the NFT. Right? It's like, yo, is it me?
Yeah.
Is it me? And then you see the NFT like flying in midair and then going to your inventory. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
You're actually spoiling them with how short the video is before they get the NFT. If you remember how many hours we have to put in order to get those
Yeah.
NFTs viewers.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, it's insane. I actually, yeah, maybe for our AMA or our wrap up AMA at the end of the week, yeah, we could throw in some of the old clips that I have here. Like you'd see people, looting legendaries like right and left. I mean, it's pretty crazy, and you could hear the excitement of the people on Discord. Like you could hear them shouting, you could hear them going crazy over the NFT drops. And I mean, yeah, it's definitely a unique experience. It reminds me of if you guys have played Ragnarok Online again. It's the same feeling when there's like a rare item or a card that drops like on the floor, and you like, yo, you've been hunting for the card for like 2, 3, 4, 5 hours, like days, and then it suddenly drops in front of you. And yeah, I mean, it's that same exact feeling that I've always been looking for in MMOs. So it's
Yeah.
really cool stuff that we would like everyone to get to experience like pretty, I mean, ASAP. We have more videos. We have one more, right?
Oh, let's go, baby! What it do, baby? Woo!
Yeah, nice weapon.
Yeah, so you can see the excitement on my face, even though it's just an uncommon NFT. Because even though it's just uncommon, the feeling after hours of playing the game and finally looting an NFT gets you excited.
Definitely, 100%. I couldn't agree more. It's definitely a very unique experience. Could you guys tell us more about let's talk about crafting, because Big Time definitely puts a lot of emphasis on how robust and dynamic the crafting system is designed to be. So where are we at, and what we have now, and what can you expect in the near future, guys?
Yeah, so in crafting, it's basically just any, if you guys played other MMO games, it's basically just the same. So in crafting system, there's items that are gonna be required. Like, let's say, for example, for a you're gonna craft a poison weapon. Let's say, for example, there's a slot in a weapon, weapon in your weapon uh, NFT, where you can craft, let's say, for example, a poison. You want a poison stat that's gonna be included in your weapon. So yeah, that's probably it. I think the higher the
Tier.
what you call is the rarity of the
Mhm.
crafting that you're gonna make. It's gonna cost higher, resources or in-game items.
And in the future, they're gonna have the crafting event, which is gonna be a race crafting to unique. So sure, it's gonna be an expensive one since the unique will be one of one.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's
So,
why the guild system will be a big help for that. Since I know it will be contribution system, so it's one way that the guild that can utilize the space. I know that the guild members can donate the recipes for that specific equipment,
nice.
Yeah,
but
Interesting.
they haven't provided any details more about it. But it's an event that we are looking forward as well.
Nice.
it's
Um,
something that we will be discussing also more in depth on Wednesday with AC when the
Mm,
space gets showcased.
yeah.
Because I think it plays a big part in the economy as well, as you will be burning NFTs in order to craft.
Mhm.
nice. So yeah, I mean, since we're touching on it, like maybe could you guys give us a bit of info, or like just the 101 on what space is, and like how it will be used. So for everyone at home, make sure to be there on Wednesday. That's going to be 10 a.m. if I'm not mistaken. Is that right? 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. AC.
Anna, that for the discussion, it will be on 10 p.m. to 11 p.m.
10 p.m. to 11 p.m. on
Yeah,
Wednesday, right?
yeah, on Wednesday.
Okay,
Yep.
so yeah, don't worry. We're gonna be putting out the schedule. We're gonna be posting it across the board. But yeah, I mean, so yeah, what's the 101 on space, guys?
Yeah, I think Chard can tackle more about the spaces.
Regarding with the crafting of the one of one.
Like, well,
No,
how
just
does what is space, and how does it
oh
work?
yeah, the space will be like the place wherein you can place the decorations, and eventually you can use that as a guild hall where you can meet players if the guild leader opens the portal. And also they have a future plan of putting a trading system on that space wherein you could just leave your item, and if ever the space owner will accept the offer, you will have the trade.
Nice. So it's also gonna be used as like their own in-game like marketplace, right?
Yeah,
Interesting. Good stuff. Good stuff.
or
Yeah, I
trading
mean,
system, trading post. Yeah.
okay, there you go. We also have, I mean, we touch up a bit on foraging, right? Can we also are we gonna be able to forge NFTs as well? Cosmetics, is that a thing?
Yeah.
Right now, they haven't given any exact details yet. When are they going to open up the forging and uh, forging backs? But yeah, it will be for that event that I mentioned, the one of one event crafting system. for the crafting to
Nice.
unique. Mm.
Nice. And I mean, all of this is happening, like, in the very near future. I mean, hopefully, we get to experience the open beta for everyone else to play this year pretty soon. Hopefully, Q3, Q4. And I think it's going to be really, really exciting. And I definitely can't wait to sink my teeth into it and like definitely spend a lot of hours, playing with the community. Um, I mean, right now, the way it works is every patch is big time resets all the characters. So you can think of it as like the early days of WoW, like pre-development of World of Warcraft. Like the same thing has been done. It's no patch after patch, trying to identify all the bugs, make sure that there aren't going to be exploits. Because like for the first time in history, we are going to be playing an MMORPG where assets in game have real world value. And the
Mm.
cool thing about how guilds will be working with games like Big Time is now you also have a shared pool of resources. And these resources are also tied into real world assets. I think we've seen this time and time again with the different RPG or online MMORPG games, ARPGs, where, like players always find a way to monetize game, whether it's designed that way or not. You have people farming gold. Even in Mirror 4, you have the miners going crazy over the resources and whatnot. So I mean, it's bound to happen. And now we have Big Time, which actually is a game that is meant to do that. Like, let's try to dial back a bit. Like, we still have a couple of minutes here. So like, Dan, what was your experiences before in MMORPGs? Like, how did you play MMORPGs, and how did why? Here's the question: like, why are guilds important in Web3 gaming?
Yeah, so in the number one thing would probably be scale. How many people play the game? So same with you. I started out with Ragnarok Online, and if you can remember, we even managed to monetize that
Yeah,
way back, right? So you're farming items, you're selling characters, um, and the number of players who participate in the game actively and the amount of time, it I guess it makes up a lot more time spent compared to other games that are more maybe focused. So because of the community element, the way that you interact socially on there, some people were living their lives in the game already.
yeah,
Um, so you can see just how much of potential MMORPGs have to get an audience. So that audience is what increases the scale and acceptance maybe of Web3 games and the way that it's adopted and popularity. So I think those are big things that come into play compared to other games, especially. Yeah.
yep. I think we've also had discussions about this like before, Dan, where there are guilds that specialize in the economy. Like we have guilds that specialize, let's say, in gameplay and in guild versus guild. There are guilds that specialize in farming resources. Yeah, I mean, like there are a lot of possibilities when it comes to Web3 games, just because of the technology that is already available for us. Like the community doesn't have to, go through or have their own like black market and deal peer to peer, buying items off another person who found the item in game. Like now with Big Time or with other MMORPG games in the future on Web3, like it's there, and that's what it's supposed to be doing, right? Like the economy is on the blockchain, right? You see where the assets go, how many items of like of a headgear there are in the game. And I think that's also one of the biggest challenge of MMORPG games in the past, was not really having control over like the limited number of items that are being printed in the game, right? I mean, all it takes is like one guy to find an exploit, or like one dev to start printing items, and we basically you messed up like the scarcity of a single item. Like while in big time, we have the legendary items, which are like, I think if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong. It's 100 um, pieces per year, right? So like the helmet is 100 pieces, the chest piece is 100 pieces, like the legendary weapons are 100 pieces each, and all of these are itemized. I mean, like right now we don't have a public blockchain for big time just yet, but that's what we are working with. That's what we are building on, right? Like eventually, that we are going to be seeing, where this item goes, who it came from. This, let's say, the number five legendary helmet, who originally owned it, right, and who bought it and whatnot. And yeah, just gives it, a more robust, ecosystem in general, having everything transparent. So a lot of exciting stuff. Like, how about you, Big Daddy? What do you think? Your dog is falling. What do you think about What do you think about the shift of Web two MMORPG games into Web three? I
Yeah.
mean,
So
what makes it exciting for you?
yeah. So let me add some things on what Sedano said. So right now, when public beta launches, I think they're gonna stop uh, producing the NFTs. So that's gonna be a just a limited uh, when the public beta starts. You're not. I think you're not gonna loot NFTs anymore. I think they're
Yeah, it will be a new collection already.
yeah. So what we've looted throughout maybe I think almost 2 years is gonna be limited. So yeah, so the amount or the NFT prices will go higher by that time because since
Yep,
what I've said, it's gonna be limited.
yep,
But
yep, yep.
also, I've been playing MMORPGs all my entire life. So yeah, uh, getting getting money from the game rather than spending money on the game is a huge change. So yeah, this is the future of gaming for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we're not denying the fact that I think we still will be spending a lot of money
Yeah,
in games like big time, especially if they're fun, right? And I think that's what makes Web3 games really important. It's like if there is a game that people are willing to play, regardless of being monetizable or not, the game will thrive. You're gonna have players actually, just spending money to buy, cosmetics just because they want to wear
yeah,
it and flex it in game. Like I mean, just like how it works with, let's say, I don't know, like Valorant maybe or CS:GO. Like there's really no like advantage to owning these assets. I mean, except for the fact that they look good
mm,
and your friends see you wearing it. I mean, one of the ideas, or like one of the like yeah, one of the scenarios that has been playing in my head ever since I started learning about big time is that going into a guild war where all of the guild members are carrying the same sword, right? So now, if you're a big guild and you want to take GVG seriously, like you're gonna start. I mean, we're speculating here, but I mean, you're gonna start, like just sweeping all, the same kind of weapons in the marketplace, so that all your players have the same sword in game, and just like from seeing characters from afar, you already know like which of the guys are your guild mates. Like from a mountain across the map, you'd see which guys are carrying like the frosted sword or whatnot, and you see where they are, like who they're battling with, and I mean, there's a lot of possibility here. I mean, yeah. How about you, Chard? What are you excited about? With Web3 MMORPGs?
Yeah, basically the ownership. Because I've been playing a lot of MMORPG back in the day, and after the game shutdowns, your all of your assets are gone. And with Web3 gaming, even though the game is not that active, you still own your assets and you can still flex it, or you can show it to your maybe your future kids that you play this game, and
Exactly.
I have this legendary skin, and yeah, just like that.
I think I've been telling a Nomad or and Dan as a joke that like the items that I have in big time, I'm gonna be giving them to my grandchildren. like later on. Like I'm investing my time and effort now in the game, and like one Christmas when I'm like 80, 85, 90 years old, I'm gonna buy I'm gonna be by the fireplace, and instead of giving them a Christmas gift, I'm gonna be giving them, like, I don't know, maybe a USB with a seed phrase in it. It's like, yo, like that helmet, dude, I picked that up like 30, 40, 50 years ago, and it's all yours. And when he opens it, it's like, yo, it's like the fucking rarest helmet in the game. So I don't know, I mean, I so definitely agree with you there, Chard. Yeah. So I mean, before we slowly wrap up our kickoff AMA. Yeah. I mean, you guys have any stuff that you want to share with the YGG community? Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, before we wrap up, guys, make sure to watch out for our events and the tournaments, especially the warm up and the big tournament on Saturday and Sunday. Make sure to watch it out. So it will
Awesome.
be the same time, 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. SGT. So yeah.
So AC, so is this tournament open to everyone, or if anyone watching, how can they join, or do they need to pre-qualify, or how does it work?
So for the qualifiers, I think it will be already someone already have the list, right? Dan.
Yeah,
Mm.
we've invited several guilds outside.
Nice.
So YGG will have their own guilds ready. Um, will be inside already. So it's not open just to anybody in the public. We
Mm.
have to register with our platform that we're going to be talking about as well, which is Blue Mint. And once you register on there, submission for your team, uh, there are slots. I think there are only 9 teams allowed. So once that's set up, but we will be running tournaments regularly after this. So
Yeah.
if you guys want to start up your own team, want to get in the game, there will be chances for you to join up.
Awesome. So,
Yeah. Just
oh, go ahead, AC. Sorry.
yeah. Just make sure to join our YGG guild, and we're gonna set up different events after that, and also the gap related quests. It will be inclined with tournaments as well.
Nice.
So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, for everyone at home, so you might not know that Big Time is also one of the games that we have the Guild Advancement Program quests for. So definitely check that out. I mean, JAP has just recently wrapped up. Gap Season 3 has recently wrapped up, and we have like a couple more days just to finish off like all the other pending quests for everyone to submit all the requirements and whatnot. But for Season 4, we definitely will be back, and definitely we will be having more quests and even better quests for Big Time, right? So Dan, AC, how do we connect? Let's say for I'm a new player, heard about Big Time for the first time. I want to join the YGG Guild House. I want to join the community. Like, what's the best way to connect with you guys?
Yeah. So
Basically, yeah. Sorry.
go
Yeah,
ahead.
go
Go
ahead.
ahead then. Yeah. So yeah,
Should
make
I?
sure to have a badge here in our YGG main Discord, and then you can we have our links posted and email discussion generals and different channels for our uh, YGG big time Discord. So just watch out for the link, and then yeah, go ahead Dan for the guild house.
Yeah.
Mm.
So we have our own Discord for YGG Big Time. They can hook up with us there. Chard and Big Daddy are there as well. You just have to shout out, let us know that they're on there. They're looking for parties, teams.
Yep.
For Guild House, if you are coming from Guild House, yeah, just let us know and we'll channel you in the right direction. A lot of our players come from there, so
Yeah.
yeah, they'll be familiar with how to connect with us. And yeah, just to mention that it is Ruby Pass right now, but Chard and Big Daddy can facilitate um, allowing for passes, accommodating if there are people who want to come in. Uh, and yeah, so they can help us. They can help players climatize and accelerate into the game and join up, hopefully make their own team. So as you guys mentioned earlier, there are gap quests that center around joining up in big time. Mostly it's actually uh, team composition right now. We're just collecting players, putting them into teams. And hopefully by the time season 4 is ready, we'll have new quests that are centered around the new updates that are coming out in the game.
Nice. Yeah. So one thing to note here is that I do understand, like especially for me, it's kind of intimidating to get into a game just all by yourself, right? I mean, if you want to try it out, sure, you hop on the game, just run around the map and do stuff by yourself. But how we've always done it in Guild House is we use it as Dan says, we use it to accelerate players' progress in the game. So you might be playing by yourself. Do not worry. All you have to do is first hop onto the YGG Discord. That's discord.gg/YGG and verify your account. Link your guild badge if you don't have one yet, or mint your guild badge if you don't have one yet. And then once you're in the YGG Discord, then that's where the community is. Like we have links that go to the YGG Guild House Discord. So aside from learning and being part of the whole YGG community on our Discord, you will also find the players in the YGG Guild House, which is our guild for the big time community in YGG. So definitely check that out. The links are in the YGG Discord. Don't forget to hit Dan up. Don't forget to hit Chard and Big Daddy up, and also Nomad and the rest of the team. We actually have weekly streams, and Big Daddy and Chard are our hosts for our weekly stream. So go for it, guys. It's invite players.
Yeah, so we do our community stream during Wednesdays, 10 to 11 p.m. So also we're during our community streams, we're also giving away Ruby passes for new players that want to join the game. So if some of you guys are that are watching that wants to play the game, that your PC setup meets the minimum requirements to the game, just DM Chard and me so that we can accommodate you to and also get you started playing the game.
Yeah,
Awesome.
also we have the weekly event, right? You can submit your NFT flexing, just like Big Daddy, and you can get a chance to win for $25
Yeah.
for
Nice.
each submission. So it will be a community voted.
Awesome stuff. So yeah, definitely, guys. If you still have those videos of you, or you are grinding right now, and you get lucky, make sure that you're recording your screens because Big Daddy and Chard are going to be waiting for those submissions. So yeah, I mean, before we go, first of all, thank you so much everyone for dropping by. We have AC, we have Dansayo, we have Chard and Big Daddy. Make sure to check out Big Time. Make sure to check out Big Time. We are going to be waiting for you in game. I myself, I'm going to be joining all the events this week. Definitely looking out and excited about the new players who will be joining us. And yeah, before we go, just a couple of shout outs for everyone here on our YGG Discord who made it here tonight. We have the team, we have Mungdags helping us out with the streams together with Sentru and also the rest of the community marshals. We have Boa. Shout out to Bibs, Big Daddy, of course, is here with us. I just read your name on on Discord. Carmila, Giyu is here. What's up, Giyu? You have Jude, Kenny, Nocturnal, Nomad, of course, also Sudo, and we actually have these mystery players here on. I'm not sure where these guys are from, but they are named after items or items in big time. We have Sir Anorak, we have Sir Degore, how do you say his name? Sir Mordred. I mean, we have Sil, we have Tempest. But, I mean, these guys are also the knights of King Arthur, if I'm not mistaken. So there might be something brewing up here on the YGG Discord. Are we? Do we have like a? Are we gonna be having like a new like competitive like lineup for big time or what? Or what are these guys doing here? But anyway, shout outs to you guys, and yeah, guys, thank you so much for dropping by. We are gonna be kicking off the week for big time It's gonna be pretty crazy. It's gonna be hella fun, and yeah, we're gonna be seeing you guys in game. Cheers,
Thank
peace,
you guys.
all right, guys.
Cheers.
Bye.
Keep playing.
GG.
GG's.